Hey, my name is Errin, and this is kind of the first of a series that I was thinking about doing for the last 4 months. Um, and really, it's inspired by a lot of people that I've always spoke to about whether or not they should do something or waiting until they're ready to do something or, you know, trying to, wait until everything is perfect. And I just got to the point where I don't believe everything is perfect. It's not going to always be perfect. I mean, if that day ever happens, let me know. Tell me exactly what you did so I can do it too. So, um, so I'm calling this Diary of a Diva Boss. Well, a good amount of people are like, "Whoa, how do you do it?" I'm just like, "This is just how life goes for me. This is how I am." Um, so, very first thing that I wanted to address, I'm very goal oriented and I'm always thinking about the future, even if I shouldn't. And I'm sure there's some sort of diagnosis for that. But as right now, whatever, I do what I want. The first thing I have to talk about is like writing your goals down and stuff like that. And this is nothing new. This is not something that I feel like I have invented. This is something that I just do. And so I wrote my goals down. I've actually been writing my goals down since I was in high school. And I've noticed that even if it doesn't happen, I still managed to come up with something that was either similar or something that was on the path to make it happen. And so I really am not here to tell you how to live your life because your experiences are different than mine. And I'm rambling and I don't care because this is my channel. The first thing is goals. My goals, and this is hard for me to do. I know some people are like, my goals are to do this in the next 5 years and this in the next 10 years. And this is going to be beautiful and everything will be the best. Boom, baby, claiming it. And I'm like, I don't really want to tell everybody what my goals are. But I think for me, this is going to be therapeutic because I'm going to say what my goals are and I'm going to hold myself accountable. I'm a big believer in the 5-year plan. My 5-year plan started over last year after 3 years of not even having a plan. I was like, okay, all right, okay, all right. And everybody's like, so what do you want to do? And I was like, okay, all right. And on the inside, I'm screaming. But so my 5-year plan, one is financial stability. I was gonna say financial freedom, but I definitely went to college twice, working on the third time. And there are these things called loans. I have those. So, stability and not financial freedom. Whatever that is. That's a unicorn. Financial freedom. I mean, I don't think it's a unicorn. It's a unicorn for me. So, if you have financial freedom and you follow the steps of somebody online blog and you actually ended up with financial freedom, I'm going to need the link to that. I'm not going to follow it. How to be logical. You think I am? But so financial stability, and that means paying off my private education loans, which I took out in school. I had my son while I was in college, and so I took out the private education loans to pay for daycare and gas. And that's literally all I did. I calculated how much I was going to need in a year. I didn't spend. Okay, let me not lie. I definitely was in the habit of overdrawing my bank account, and that's not something that I'm proud of, but it's something that I did, and you shouldn't do it. Bad. So, so anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I have a plan to pay down whatever the private education loans, and then I have one credit card because my parents were like, "Excuse me, honey." Okay, they don't even have an accent, and I don't know why I gave them one. No more credit cards. Like, don't do the credit card thing. If you need something, and we can help, then ask us and we'll try to come up with it. But, things happen. A lot of things have happened. Um, so financial stability is one of them. And one is I am starting an opera company here in Houston. It's called I Colori dell'Opera, and you'll find the link below. I've always wanted to say that. You'll find the link. I'll put the link here. And basically, it's to provide more performance opportunities in Houston, specifically for our minority performing groups. We are out there, and if from that spiel you didn't understand that I sing opera, I'm an opera singer, as are 80% of my friends. A lot of them are employed with, there's a larger opera company here in Houston, and then there's a smaller opera company that also offers um, emerging artists a platform into the opera performance careers, as well as like stage managing and all of the theater tech type stuff. Um, and honestly, I'm grateful to live in a city that has those. And because we have those amazing opera companies, there's so many people here in Houston that just need a chance to perform and need a chance to jumpstart their careers. So that was one of my goals. The 5-year goal is to have that fully established, making sure we're staging full operas with, small orchestra. I digress. So goals. So that was my 5-year goal. And the other goal was a business goal where a friend and I were talking about starting a venue. We have venues here in Houston, but I always said I would like to own one of them. I dabbled in events planning for a short amount of time, and while I like it, I needed a more stable income right away. So that's kind of a 10-year plan, and I just have to keep my eyes on the prize with that one. The other goal I had was to just have a firm basis for my sewing business. I'm also a seamstress. I kind of sort of call myself a designer. I see things, but I like to upcycle. I like to take existing structures and make them modern or make them vintage or vintage inspired. So that's one of the things that I'm working on. But when you have all of these goals, one of the things people tell you is, oh, pick one and go with it. If you are a pick one and go with it person, shh, just sit down. Okay, just all right. I think the thing with goals that people get is they try to put you in a box and you're like, your goal should be this, 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 and this. And I say, forget that, because 15 years ago when I said, oh, I can't do music, what am I going to do with that? I'm not going to have any jobs. Um, Definitely currently singing. Regularly employed doing chorus work and stuff like that. And I'm really grateful for the work, but it really is a joy to do it. I love doing that. No, I'm probably not going to make it a full-time job, but that's me. That doesn't mean nobody can do it. It just means I don't want to. But I will not turn down a lead stage role. So it's I don't think that freelance singer life is for me, but I want to be involved in music for the rest of my life. I don't think there's going to be a time that I give up music. I tried that for 18 months and I was miserable, to the point that even my dad said, don't you have some performance that you could be in? Can you just do something? You don't have anything to do? Can you find something? Is there another summer musical coming up? Can you do it? Can you call somebody? That's how miserable I was. And so I got back in there, and this is where I am now. Um, so I don't want to make this even longer. This is just to hold myself accountable, and if in the process it helps somebody else, then if it helps somebody else, then that's fine. I think my main thing is to always have inspiration. Um, have a have people that you look up to. Have people you can go to consult. Have people that are going to inspire you to do more. I definitely have somebody like that. I have several people like that. But I think what really put my mind into focus was in 2017. I randomly was on a website for shopping, duh, and I was on a website, a Facebook group actually, for a peer-to-peer like sales for our performance gowns, audition stuff, just and a community where you could ask almost anything. Um, they asked for somebody to come to be in New York to work with them, getting a website started, and um, the problem, they were looking for somebody who was local, somebody who was a student, somebody who could give them the time that they needed to help get the website set up. They were in the beginning phases of this website, and it. I contacted them and I said, "Would you consider somebody who would be willing to relocate?" And I said, "Just for the summer, would you? I can do that. I'm a teacher. I have summers off. I've never been to New York. I want to go." So, and actually, first they said, no, we really want to have somebody that's already here. And a few weeks later, they contacted me and said, were you still interested in that? And the first thing I thought was, am I still interested in that? And so I said, yeah, at the end of the day, I think I am interested. But they interviewed me and I told them, what I was doing, what I was thinking about. And they said, okay, when can you be there? Like the beginning of summer, I was ready to go. And I spent the entire summer with them, helping them with the website. And it was honestly one of the best summers I can remember that didn't have a vacation in it. I wasn't on vacation. I worked the entire summer. And as soon as I got back, I had maybe a week or two before I had to start teaching again. So that meant I wasn't working on my lesson plans. Any of the things that teachers claim they do in the summer, I did none of it. I did a lot of sightseeing. I decided I love and hate New York City, both with a passion. But from that, the two ladies that work with that are honestly one of my biggest inspirations because of how they seem to find a way to do what they love to do. I'm going to say her name wrong, Malala Yousafzai. I always felt that if somebody that young could be so passionate about something to the point where you get shot in the head for believing in it and you keep going, then I can get myself out of bed every morning with no threats on my life and do something. And for some people, that's enough, knowing that. I'm really passionate about education, and I'm really passionate about making opportunities for people who don't have them. And I'm very passionate about making opportunities where there should be several. My way of giving back is to make sure that my friends and I have the opportunities to reach our goals. And if I can just be this big of a part of that, I'm fine. So those are my goals, but I just wanted to introduce this journey. Once again, I am Errin. I didn't do a profile. You're supposed to know a little bit about my life, right? You don't need to know. Deal with it. No, I'm kidding. So I am a Spanish teacher. I am an opera singer. I'm a piano and voice teacher. Ding. I some of the things that I like doing. I like spending time with my teenager. He's a teenager. I'm not gonna tell you how old I am, but I have a teenager and he's currently in school. He's in ninth grade, and basically a lot of my goals have to do with making sure that he's also able to have financial stability. In a lot of my work, and the reason I have multiple jobs, even though I make okay money, is because I don't want him to take out any loans. I don't want him later to say, okay, I'm going to put my passion to the side because I have student loans. I don't feel that like that's what I did, and I had to make sure he knew that's not what I was doing. But at the end of the day, I always want to go shopping. So I know I always have to have money, except right now I don't have any. um, well, I need to be able to do a little bit of things. Like I want to go eat out with my friends. I want to go have Palentine's Day and not have to worry about my gas tank not being full. I just that's really I nobody likes to struggle, but if I can make sure that he can do things like that and not have to worry about me not having money or worrying about me trying to cover him for something fun that he wants to do, then that's what I want. So that ends everything on goals. My name is Errin. If you have any questions, you can ask them. Thank you for listening. If you listen to this whole thing and now your ears are bleeding, keep it to yourself. I'm okay with that. Bye.